Yeah, I feel like Nikki would kind of would have had the same lane dominance and a little bit more value out of your R key compared to this hostile takeover that I don't see getting a ton of value this game.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's
So now Sauce is kind of stuck. The bummer is that you give away the first dragon, but frankly, against the Kalista Murata lane, this is kind of like quite frank with the game plan. So, trading resources and trying to set behind this Gwen, Rumble going to be a lot happier in this 1v2 scenario than the Gwen herself. So I like this from WE.
Yeah,
It's kind of a weird one right now. Is both mid and top are being shoved in, but oh boy, TP coming in, big fight.
That TP advantage from Cube is going to pay big dividends here for WE. That forces LGD's hand to run the heck away, and YCX, without Kalista not being level 6, no way to get out of this one alive. That
opportunity to bounce back here, I will say, as we have gotten back out onto the map. WE has leveled some of these lanes. There is a little bit of lead for Monkey, so not all bad. Just think that WE, again, they burned a lot for the first 3 grubs, didn't really get a lot back. And I do like the scaling of LGD throughout this game.
decent look from Cube with the equalizer. Only tags Sasa just a hair on the bottom end of that play. Oh, I don't know if Sasa wanted to go back in. Was trying to greed for the minion wave, but realizes that
horizontal. It's a vertical jungling. Never mind. Raptor's going to be taken. Climber going to take the second dragon. All right, that was fun. Never mind. Raptor goes to Xiaoye. Big win.
Yeah. Did he cast Fate's Call? Is that what I saw?
Yes, it was a Fate's Call, and then he queued the Raptors. Also, Rafa, I just want to say nothing's happened to this.
But
this game already kind of feels awkward. I'm not. That said, Salsa, no, Exhaust escaped this one.
Okay, well, at least Vampire can lead the charge with turret aggro, and the ultimate will ensure that he does not go down while doing so. It was essentially 4 men committed to the play on the top side, and we're going to see once again the retributions of how much is too much for WE committing to some of these side lane plays.
Yeah, but I mean, this time around, it's 5 grubs, right? So this turret's going to melt. I do like this play because you have such a big grub advantage that you can just melt the turret and try and play for first brick, which would nearly secure them feats. So Team WE continue to play with direction.
Doesn't have them first brick. Where are they on feats? They've got 2 kills for themselves, so 1 more kill,
they need,
right? Like if the person playing it is not playing it well. Now Cube might be caught out here in rotation, trying to catch mid lane, and he's forced to flash away.
Where it's gonna like just be guaranteed that okay, like if this goes way late, like they're gonna break him, like for sure, right? So that said, LGD gonna try and poke out Vampire. This dragon is likely to go down to Team WE. We'll see if they fight afterwards.
Realm Warp. Oh, nice flash to close the distance and stop the Realm Warp from happening. That means... Trying to make a play where you have this clear item advantage while Taeyun is still working on a second. However, top laner for LGD is under fire as Monkey and the rest of the WE squad is able to make a nice collapse. But Cube is also here, and the rest of LGD now want to take a fight, trying to punish afterwards. Monkey turns right onto Climber. The fight is breaking out on both sides of the fight right now. Good hostile takeover for YCX, able to assist on the right flank as they now turn tail. It's a trade of jungler from mid laner, but maybe Xiaoye can turn up the heat here, but he gets caught out. Taeyun arrives to the party once again, and WE are steamrolling in the mid game.
I mean, LGD, they opted into taking a fight down numbers at rough terrain. It looked okay as Xiaoye was kind of, drain tanking his way through the fight, but Taeyun, the flash chains the corruption over the wall.
Yeah, Cleaver. Obviously, he got the Shojin the second one. Maw would have not been terrible this game either, but you know what? We'll see if the Sorrel discourages it. Yeah, maybe. WE trying to snowball the game as fast as possible by trying to rip this out of Khan and force LGD's hand while they have the gold advantage, and I think it's going down without really a fight. XQW is looking at it, gets vision, but now they turn right onto LGD. The hostile takeover might buy some time, but Xiaoye has to really work overtime to rip these spears out, but he does not get a chance to, as he is just eliminated by the dog pack under the reins of Monkey. WE are leaving no room to breathe for LGD, and they have taken over this game.
It just feels like absolutely no chance for LGD to operate within this game. I mean,
like we said, who can reliably stop Nefiri in Mr. Combo here? It's such a hard execution thing to do. You basically have to wait as Climber, winding up Q when you think Monkey's about to go in with ulti, and you can like snag her on the entrance. or, you know, if you're really good on the Renata, you catch her midair with handshake. But I mean, to ask of that reliably is just really tough, you know? And it's definitely now WE's ball game, and the gold advantage has not budged since the top lane fight, but at this point, they've been able to prevent the Dragon Soul stacking for LGD. They have now 2 Infernal Dragons to their name, and with a Neferi this fed, I find it very hard for LGD to come back at this point.
Yeah, the Infernal Dragon's really nice role for WE. Of course, everyone's building damage, so kind of nice to get full benefit off that. Now, Otacon, GAs are up, so they might play this very aggressively.
A lot of ultimates being expended right now. XQW threw the whole kitchen sink, and didn't seem like he got much other than being able to kill the minion wave. But at least WE are able to withstand the defense from LGD. Gonna be able to walk away with an inhibitor turret. Probably not the inhibitor itself. And as you called out, LGD were trying to push on the top side of the map. Got a tier 2 for themselves. So at least they're trading of an overall map objective.
Gwen got 2 turrets, and South is up a level now on the Rumble. Still down a level to Karis, who is the furthest ahead in the game. So I will say that could matter if this game does go late. But it does feel like Team WE are going to be able to successfully snowball this one through. Again, 6 grubs, double Infernal, now a Realm Warp on the face of XQW. Xiaoye, goodbye, no cleanse.
No flash available either. Armor being built on a majority of the carries here for LGD, so the poke from Varus is going to be really, really damaging. Yeah,
I actually do kind of respect Neferi and Varus being played in the game with 2 magic damage solo laners. Like that, these guys really like it when, especially with poke Varus, when you can't build armor. And definitely puts LGD in a tough spot, so I do like that aspect of the drafts here from WE.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Climber was looking for an opportunistic flank, but Cube sniffs it out, and now, Vampire, another pulverized flash. What is it today? WE is playing on full form tonight. They knew what the stakes were, and they were not going to let game 1 go away so easily. It's in their hands, and LGD are on the run as Vampire sends him back to the fountain. WE taking 4 off the board, and I don't think Shasta is going to be enough to defend against WE.
Look, there's not much to say. This front line just couldn't support Kalista at all. And Xiaoye with no cleanse, the way that he was attacked later on by WE, by Karis, by Taeyun was legitimately really nice. Well played, Team WE, and making this game 1 look quite clean. Valuable this game. That said, the Ziggs to Leah is a way to actually really nerf that. But I think the LGD's comp a little bit easier to execute. Team WE, how far behind his bot lane was and still is from the start.
Oh, no. You should know that Vampire's moving. Climber. I don't know if he's not talking to his bot lane, but they had the shove in, and maybe he just figured that YCX was going to be able to match the roam time from Vampire, but honestly.
So that's going to be the game plan if you are LGD. That said, still behind early. Big goal deficit, and it's going to snowball into more neutral objectives. Is Monkey going to take this dragon? And frankly, with the comp that LGD has and where the game's at,
just send it. Just send it. Damn.
You know, if he had a Hex Flash, I think he might have and should have.
Yeah. He's going to tank up the entrance. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just buying space for Taeyun. No, he's got reinforcements, the Avengers! Really nice shuffle, though, from XQW, pushes WE on the other side of that wall, and now here comes the rest of the on-squad from LGD. They're pushing on through. Monkey was not able to get the resets, and that means this composition just completely falls apart. XQW flashing forward to help proc the concussive blows procced by YCX, and Taeyun will fall to the backstab of XQW.
Yeah.
Sped right on over to the grubs. Got 4 for themselves total. XQW gonna punish now Karis, who does not have a flash from the previous engage. YCX being able to tank up the counterattack from WE to guarantee that at least XQW takes out Karis. He might be in trouble. The arrow goes wide once again, but XQW still pumping out damage before he eventually does go down, but Monkey traded out with him, and LGD still have a spot, or a chance, I should say, to actually stop WE from looking for a dragon, since they'll have smite advantage.
I mean, first the Emperor wins a 3v4, and then he walks out with 2, and what, a 2v4? It's a huge game for XQW, who I really feel like has been the one on LGD that struggled the most as an individual compared to what we saw from Split 1, but backs up against the wall. The LDL champion for LGD that was promoted with this team, stepping up big in this game. As it will be a trade, of course. First brick does go over to Team WE in the bot side, but LGD again getting a lot of mileage out of this pick. Now Karis.
And Karis still doesn't have flash, so Shasha tries to go for the punish with the public execution. Climber almost in range, looking for the wind becomes lightning, lands it true, but the unraveled earth, it would be unwise to dash through it and get stunned under the turret, so Climber does not opt in to continue the dive.
Yeah, they are giving up the dragon, and because bot outer fell, they did have one timer to at least, you know, opt in sacking that wave to look for something up top that will lead to the turret falling. That said, I actually don't really like this play from LGD because you're going to see Climber. He had no camps to take on the top side against Monkey. All of his camps were on this bot side, Rafa, and Monkey's just going to be able to get in here and take them all.
He is massively ahead in terms of the jungle CS. I don't think YCX yoinked the red buff away with that Winter Spite. Yeah. But LGD Vampire holds his cool, does not blindly queue into darkness, and is able to at least get intel that there were a lot of people waiting in that line brush. Monkey's able to slip on through the upper lip. And they have vision now of the Rift Herald, knowing that it's below 7,000 HP. Good arrow by Xiaoya. And here comes the CC train. Karis tries to flash away, and he is dead again anyway. WE now working without a man. 4v5. But good damage. But Taeyun almost looks for it, but XQW gets exposed as the simple flash on the Ziggs is able to get away from the engage. And Shasha tries to bail it out or salvage the play, but it just goes worse, and WE benefit off of a couple fumbles from LGD.
Rafa, my palms have hit my face as I'm not exactly sure what XQW was thinking there with that engage. Just so split by LGD. Climber was on the objective / wanted to take it. Xiaoya is pretty low.
Trying to clip Karis in his Weaver's Wall, but now teleports are coming in from the rest of WE, seeing if they can actually collapse. And yeah, because XQW went for the pick on to Karis. He was in Super Narnia, and no way for LGD to bail him out of that one. So now WE, 5-man to 4-man advantage on the map. There's no immediate objectives that they can go for since Dragon and Otacon still don't spawn for another 50 seconds, but maybe they can get something in the mid lane with this Rift Herald.
I feel like XQW is trying to do so much where, again, as Azir, like, we saw the fights going well earlier on because he was absorbing, right? People were coming into him. It's not him trying to go make plays. And now, of course, Ziggs plus a Rift Herald, that means that one of your turrets falls. Don't care how many grubs you have. It's going to go down. As, again, I will say a 3K gold lead at this point for Team WE. That's about what this comp needs. I'd say this is somewhat on pace. They still need to keep the pace up. It's LGD keeping the pace up. XQW.
Speaking of Super Narnia, XQW teleported in, but again, just a simple flash from Cube is able to get away, and he's got Taeyun and Vampire in his back pocket just in case they wanted to overextend for it.
Dragon is spawning. I think that's what compelled XQW to actually TP in, because it does force Cube out. There's no TP, so this should be Dragon going over to LGD.
Yeah, Cube does not have teleport. They're burning it down super quickly. Monkey is nowhere to be seen since he was taking camps on the other side of the map, which I would have done the same thing, to be honest. But WE now trying to force the fight. Death Charge goes right onto XQW, stops the damage output for now. Shasha forced to flash backwards into the safety of his team. YCX trying to stand behind or in front of the rest of the squad. YCX tries to go in, but he got stunned on the entrance to the Unraveled Earth. Karis being able to put a stop to the LDL Champions' aspirations and fighting for a spot into the Ascend group. And WE are just running away with the fight. The flash forward from Monkey gets another reset. Shasha does not get a chance to escape with the TP. This just might be game over for LGD.
I know that you want to deny the soul point, deny the dragon, but Team WE did such a nice job on that setup, just corralling LGD. They cut off the exit to mid, forced them down on the map, and that fight, again, it was XQW trying to go in, make a difference with the Shurima Shuffle, gets caught out by Karis in the Unraveled Earth. And this Azir that was so big early on, Rafa, he was 3-1-1 after that 3v4 where they wiped.
We find themselves with a 5,000 gold advantage against LGD. Just what seems like 10 minutes after what could have been a massive snowball from LGD being able to through the hands of XQW, pull off 2 back-to-back massive fights. He's been so useful. He's been so crucial in just stopping and punishing a lot of LGD's plays that they've been setting up. Granted, were they the smartest? Probably not. Definitely bold choices by XQW to go in, but the walls have been pretty damn good in stifling what LGD wanted to do. The Unraveled Earth has been placed well to stop any threats trying to...
Saying, like, hey, I think that Cube and... Oh, hold on, pause. Engage, Climber.
XQW tries to step forward. Vampire forced to flash away. Climber steps on forward. YCX tries to double down with the Glacial Fissure, but here comes the wall, and it cuts off the backline from being able to get in. Shasha now finds Karis, but he pops the Golden Stasis, and now Monkey has the reset. He's looking. Climber. Oh, W flash to close the distance, and now he's the Braum. He's going to aid the fight with the concussive blows. We're walking up with Cube. There is the Darkened Blade as he sails right into the hearts of LGD. Any hopes that may have had have been dashed away and broken by Monkey and the rest of WE. This squad is on a roll.
Gonna turn their heads to the Baron. Will be a slower take as two. I think Taeyun's got to go with system, but he's gonna clean up the turret first. W continues to cruise, and again, this fight, like the terrain they're taking it. Should have been the Viego, man. Wukong bad? That looks good right now.
You know, Nefiri and Viego. Monkey basically got the dream carry junglers to put WE in a position to get one step closer to fighting their way into Group Ascend. They still have to close out this game, though, but I imagine that they are just one more good fight from putting the last nail in the coffin for LGD and banishing them to the Nirvana realm.
I will say, if WE were to, you know, play it chill to make sure they get Hextech Soul, I'd actually appreciate that. At the moment, though, gonna get
this is not very chill. This is not chill. This is not chill. Climber pops the ultimate. Super bomb from Taeyun as it damages the backline. YCX forced to retreat. Inhibitor tower has been felled, but they can't quite step up and finish to be able to walk in freely into the jungle quadrant. They have to play through mid lane, of course, with the wave pushing in. WE have now full control of the bot side, where someone will have to answer Cube, and WE can play this as patiently as possible. They're not in a rush to burn down this dragon. They can keep LGD occupied as long as possible, and Cube, instead of going for the open base, he is going for the long flank. Xiaoya, massive damage from the Mega Inferno Ball as they all try to turn on to the Aatrox and see if they can take out the World Ender before he ends their world. But Karis flying into the backline completes absolute pandemonium, and the Monkey resets are pouring in once again as Xiaoya falls. LGD will also fall. WE have dashed their hopes into Group Ascension. They have been banished to Nirvana, and WE will have one more chance to join the ranks of the top squads in LPL.
And odds we get a second series where Monkey gets both Nefiri and Viego. I'm going to put those at less than 10%. I feel like if Up's doing their homework, not going to
have. I feel like Ultra Prime are going to, again, like we said early on, I feel like the Varus and the Rel still accentuate these kind of makings of a pick composition. You want to be able to play at range, not have this flash. As is Talia, can be very dangerous to walk up. You already see they're going to try and walk together.
Yeah, he's going to face check it. Crashdown does comes across. Vampire's losing HP rapidly. Both supports, who's going to fall first? It's going to be a trade. But on the top side, it looks like Cube gets the win with the help of
their AD carries position in this fight. What I want to see now from Ultra Prime is you're going to have level 6 on Vi. Can we set up on a bot lane dive? He just knew he's under so much pressure here in this mid lane. Saber.
Oh, here's the second flash. Monkey nearly finds the kill, but that's a huge seismic shove, and Saber's going to limp away. Definitely walking the tightrope that is known as a gray screen.
They're going to try and go for something on mid, waiting for Xiaoxia and the rest of Wako. Wako does have ultimate. They do have 2 of them available, getting them some movement speed. Junk cannot move.
Okay, he's going to flash for it onto Monkey. Does not have the Crescent Guard. Remember, just used it on the play to Saber. Another flash comes across, so they really want Wako to get this kill. And they committed a whole lot of summoners for it, but they might get a double up here, depending on how sneaky. Shouldn't really be contested at all. So, despite how much momentum 6 grubs or even just 1 might could have been for a Gwen Ryze solo lane comp, we're just going to split them.
Yeah, I think this is perfectly fine. They wanted
finally to Ultra Prime teaming up with their Vi Talia combination, and they're going to pick off a Monkey who was played for Dragon, all on his lone side.
Wow. Slight improper timing there. Roster dynamics exactly were, more successful here as Now we're seeing Ultra
Herald.
Prime losing access to the Herald, but you still have this Talia wall and potentially caging them in with a
but
rumble.
Vampire,
Oh my god.
He's going to hit the dredge line. The rest of the team is going to try to burn through Xiaoxia. He does get a crash down before falling. There's the cease and desist as they single out Monkey off to the side. But the Crescent Guard buying so much space for this Xin Zhao. Rift Herald in the middle of it all, down to about 3K. Junhao's going to take the blast cone over. And I smell a 50-50 for good old Shelly here. They're going to try not to let Junhao in. He's going to vault break over, steal the Herald away, and Monkey does not have the Crescent Guard to protect him this time round. Zhang is running wild with the Flame Spinner, going to hit the Fade Away W as well. The solo lanes saving Ultra Prime, and it's Saber to hit the Seismic Shove to send it home. That's the UP. Really going to hurt Taeyun, and all the damage percentage truthers might see a stark drop-off, but maybe W will look to fight as close as possible. That Seismic Shove again from Saber just eliminates Vampire. Crash now going to come across, but it's the cease and desist to lock Monkey in place, and the Crescent Guard will not save him when the rest of Ultra Prime are on top of him. The Equalizer piercing arrow to bring it home. Ultra Prime have awoken out of that slumber of an early game and exploded onto the Rift.
This is an amazing start to this game. A bit slow, right at 18 minutes. We only have just gotten a lot of action recently, but now they're going to be able to grab the Rift Herald. Now they got the third Dragon as well, putting them on Soul Point. Ultra Prime came to play. They knew when their items were going to be able to spike, when their champions are going to be at a pretty good apex here. 10-4 is now the lead, but they only have 1,000 gold in their pocket. Some of this, we get to see exactly what happened here. Oh, it was only him by himself.
Exacerbated. But Ultra Prime are looking for one deadly flank here. Vampire does not know what's awaiting him over that wall. It's going to be Xiaoxia that uses his Hex Flash to get over, but Ultra Prime are a little bit wary of committing towards such a big flank until Junhao steps up.
Okay, how fast can they make this play? Cube still has to teleport for this.
Weaver's Wall, not going to cut really anybody off for WE. The Equalizer needs to be huge, but Taeyun does get out of it. Vampire goes in with the dredge line, but it's on to Junhao. And once again, Vampire a little far up on his lonesome. Dies before Cube can even teleport in for the flank, but doesn't even really want the flank because he's getting a cease and desist over the top of his face. The exhaust doing a ton for Zhang to not get the damage out he needs, and Cube is able to trade out Junhao for now. Monkey's Crescent Guard buys him enough space, and now we have a very, very big 4v4, but Ultra Prime not holding on to the jungler, but maybe they don't need it with Saber finding the Seismic Shove of Destiny. Now Karis has to flash out. Saber still firing stone after stone, but he just won his squad a narrow fight win right in front of Otacon.
I think that Ultra Prime were very lucky to come out of that with at least a small advantage there, because Team WE, they wanted to leash it now.
Yeah, free leash. The Monkey, are you really just going to give this Otacon here? He's going to look for the fight into Xiaoxia, but Xiaoxia's going to flash, get a huge crash down. He's locking up both of the carries on his own, so the Ultra Prime can step up as a squad. Cease and desist down onto Karis. Junhao, don't know if you win this 1v1, buddy. Vampire's going to swing over next. Saber's going to get a ton of damage done by the Otacon.
Otacon is winning.
Otacon is MVP right now in this fight. Realm War from Karis, used to get back towards his team. Otacon is still yet to reset at nearly under 3K damage, but it's Ultra Prime. They can't stay for it anymore. They've taken too much damage. The reset bails them out from releashing Otacon over to WE. This is getting wacky, Hulk. I don't know who's going to end up with this one. 50-50s.
Oh,
Who
Wako,
knows?
Wako!
Karis into Wako. The barrier saves
it!
And the Voracious Otacon is secured by Junhao. Boy, was that anything but clean. Still a win for Ultra Prime after it all.
At that point, look, we're playing in the last chance qualifier. These are the third place teams from all of our groups, and they are just getting right to be between these these 8 players, as Karis is again the only one. He escapes, but why are we still contesting? Why are we still here? We've now spent like 5+ minutes in the Otacon top brush for so long.
I see a Weaver's Wall.
Picture.
Has caught Vampire out of his dredge line.
Coming into this day, and necessarily we were going to be able to see a lot of gold has gone over to the side of Wako. Observer showing us the potential for a flank teleport. Karis already getting set up, trying to stay in Fog of War. But Taeyun has been big man on campus for Team WE. And Wako, fair share of criticism playing over in LCP. He only had 1 year of playing in the PCS.
All right, let's see how powerful this Gwen is. Oh, I was getting a little scared there. Junhao should be able to pick up the kill through the healing, and Karis has teleported in. Thinks he has a 1v1. Doesn't have a 1v2. He has himself a 1 versus 3. The whole squad pulled up, but Karis is putting on some fancy footwork here to buy some time. Monkey is here. Seraph still getting a ton of value. Equalizer down. Flash forward for Monkey. Wants one. Gets Zhang. Does find that kill, trades himself out, and valiantly saves Karis.
Coming from the PCS, has so much experience playing in multiple different worlds coming through, and obviously also a role swap from some other lanes in previous years. So trying to hopefully build around this player here as they start up the Baron.
Yeah, this Baron, start up. Oh, this thing's gone.
It
is in the hands of Ultra Prime. Vampire in the middle of everybody on Ultra Prime once more, but Wako's damage is ludicrous. Cube is going to find the shutdown, but it's a fleeting hope. I don't care how overtuned this Gwen is. 1 versus 4 means squat. Shutdown from Wako, but another huge win for Ultra Prime. This game feels done and dusted.
Yeah, they have 5. They don't have all the grubs, but I mean, you have so much damage, and now with this Baron buff, Monkey's the last one. If anything, he's probably just saving his team right now from losing the game outright, because those two are not hitting on mid turrets.
Oh my god. Saber's damage with Infernal Soul is big. But yeah, I think that's a good point to make. Maybe could have threatened the end there. Does help the Nexus turrets to respawn. This really slowed teams down from pushing 2 ham into the base, so they'll play it respect.
Cubby's not doing it for me at home. He hasn't been playing duo queue with me. Why not? I get it.
You know what I have to say to that? Okay, you know, I'll hold the point here, as we might have Monkey just...
I think you could say W, we are losing this game.
Yeah, Cyber gets another great seismic shove, sets up the cease and desist. Junao's going flying in for Karis, who does pop the stasis, but it is a short-lived trip out of it, as another kill is picked up, and this should be Ultra Prime putting the finishing touches on not the cleanest game, but once we came out to 5v5s, once we got out of lanes, Ultra Prime just looked like the more cohesive, polished, and better team to kick off this best of 3 that will decide which one of our 2 squads we're watching now goes to Group Ascend and goes to Group Nirvana. And if this keeps up the way Ultra Prime has started, we will be out of here with that answer as quick as possible.
Yep. Here we go. 26-7, 30 of Wombo comp, right? You have circles upon circles upon circles,
Hexagon,
upon a weird like pyramid vague shape.
I said I sucked at geometry already.
Cube doesn't have the flash, but does have this public execution to be able to get around some of the crowd control.
Oh, but the Hextech ultimatum for Zhang is just going to come down, right? They're sectioning Cube off here. There's the public execution, but he is trapped in the geometry we talked about from draft. Can Junhao find the kill, though? That's a big-time slam for Monkey, but the flash commit comes across. Junhao has taken this dragon, but it will be the trade here for what looks to be about 2 plates, as Zhang is going to have to walk and hookshot himself back towards this lane. So
this is reminding me of Monkey Skarner from the tiebreakers. This is the Monkey that somehow won versus EDG. I'm still mad about that. I'm still pissed.
Well, now he's trying to fight Junhao without his Impale in a 1v1, and that's no for Xiaoxia. Hero's Entrance comes across, and Monkey goes from whiffing ultimate to getting absolute...
Use the barrier, so small trade here. They're getting pushed out. Zhang with the TP behind.
Monkey is once again 1 versus many, and will fall. That is feats of warfare, and he only gets one of them.
Though.
They're
just giving up the dragon, though. Yeah, this play has to go really well, and even Wako can transition. Sitting in Fog of War, Monkey hasn't quite spotted out Alistar here, so they are really trying to overload onto this play. Wako does show.
Yeah, but this, remember, we're not diving like a marksman or a mage. This is a tanky Galio and Alistar with Unbreakable Will. I don't think you can even call for this. It's almost damn near suicide. And now the wave's gone. That setup, but boy, are both these teams bloodthirsty in this top side. Nothing.
I get the idea of these plays. I feel like it is at a big disadvantage to Monkey, who is already falling behind.
Oh, Vampire, he's done it again. The Impale comes across, but the taunt is so well timed by Saber that nobody moves. Vampire trying to get a bunch of value on the shield. That's a huge Shuriken shovel from Karis. Down goes Junhao. Where's the rest of the damage now for Ultra Prime? It's got to be Zhang, but he teleports in late. And despite the potential catch onto Vampire, it's Karis making the difference, and now they're pushing for Zhang into the turret. Public execution comes down, turret drops down as well. Hextech ultimatum thrown as everybody's trying to trade kills for kills, blows for blows, but it's Zhang that is coming out as the victor until Cube starts getting those dashes flying and picking up the kills. It's going to be a very, very murky trade at the end of the day, but the bullet time may separate it. Huge shield from Monkey. Wako can't finish his dinner, and now Xiaosha will end up falling. Very, very thin margins. Whoa, we're back in live, and we are brawling once again. Everybody's layered on top of each other. Vampire's Braum shield does go down here. Wako holding on to that bullet time, knowing he has no avenue to really go for it. Instead, he's taking shots after shots, and it's another Emperor's Divide from Karis to set Taeyun up for his first kill. Xiaosha gonna fall. Wako gonna go next as he can't flash out of the Grub wall. WE cutting down this Wombo combo, and they're even winning on the sides here with Cube nearly finding himself a solo over Zhang. He's got Flash. I think he might hunt for it, and I speak too soon once more, but it's WE finding avenues again. They are back in front in the biggest game of their season so far. And that should stop the soul stacking for Ultra Prime, which was beginning to become a burgeoning win con.
Yeah, WE, by placing so much focus on some of the side lanes, they've unfortunately neglected some of these larger objectives, finally grabbing themselves their first dragon. Looking at Junhao, I would love for him to have started this Rift Herald, but because he doesn't have mid priority, it is
Monkey, though, Xiaosha does flash out of it. Zhang trying to set up a pretty big flank, but it's WE controlling tempo back and turning their attention back towards Rift Herald.
They're looking for Zhang to fly in. They have Saber kind of sitting around. It's a lot of damage onto Xiaosha, so they're going to be down their support's HP bar. I feel like we should just be giving this up. I don't think this is an objective we're going to be seeing from Ultra Prime contest all that much. It is going to be the Rift Herald falling. Most likely what's going to happen here is Ultra Prime, since they do have 2 items on so many of their carries, in particular not only the Ezreal,
Wako!
Oh, they find the pick! Wako!
Vampire picks him off. Wako's though able to walk back and get a huge bullet time. Knockup comes across on the hero's entrance, but where are the kills? Where are the resets for Junhao? There goes Cube, but the reset can't come across for Junhao because he didn't assist on the kill, so it falls completely flat, and it's Taeyun that picks up another double kill to go 4-0 on his premier Ezreal.
Ultra Prime just don't have the damage of Zhang as well. Going back in there, we'll probably take a look at it in the replay. Some minor errors, and this lead, this has got to feel so vindicating for Monkey. He's like, you focused me in the early game. You won 2 smites. You were able to kind of get into my head and get
click with that Wombo that now is really short in the damage department.
Right, starting up the Otacon here, and Bessa and Camille no longer around, but Zhang does have teleport available to them. Seems like Ultra Prime, are they going to try and force after this objective is gone? They've had vision on this the entire time.
Are we really just going to try and flip this? Great glacial fissure for Vampire. Junhao can't get close enough. He tries to heartbreak and steal it, but instead he's impaled and cut down. Great spacing from Team W, and now they can start running rampant. No Viego to worry about, no resets to deal with. It's Ultra Prime finding nothing. WE, they want that do or die 3rd place match to decide between Group Ascend and Group Nirvana.
It'll come down to that. Again, best of 3 here. After this, with WE winning this game, they'll put themselves in contention for a spot in Group Ascend. Biggest change in between the 2 of them, if you're able to get in that Group Ascend, you will be able to at least stay around until Split 3 of the LPL. Going down to that Group Nirvana, you have so few games to be able to prove yourself and hold your might as potentially being eliminated from the LPL in June.
I mean, hey, he is weak. 7 HP. He only does 7 damage to Otacon. That's weak, man. I don't know what else we're talking about. Wako maybe getting picked off is what we're talking about. Impale available. Flash up for Wako, but there's no point burning it there. Another kill over to Taeyun as he goes dominating on his Ezreal.
Yeah, Wako recognizing if he flashes, there's probably going to be a response here. Now Ultra Prime got to scatter to the winds immediately. Junhao's on their side of the map right now. Wait, we're TPing? We're trying to find Junhao? There's no minion wave. They're going to pull a Baron. Again, this Azir is so far ahead at this moment. Is this going to be where we see Ultra Prime stake their claim back into this game? Vampire doing a fantastic job, putting down vision, trying to spot the Viego, and they're going to finally see him here.
Zhang first as well. Baron picked up. They still have Racious Outcome for another 20 seconds, so why not just go for the belly-bursting fight here? Stuns galore from the Braum Fishers. No hero's entrance or exit for Saber. A clean response from Team WE, who continue to try and build off the momentum they had from their 2-0 sweep of LGD.
8,000 gold now, Baron in their back pockets. We have to assume this can be the end. There is an ultimate available for Wako, so at least one of these minion waves has the possibility of being deleted. But, I mean, they still have the Azir Shuffle. I imagine this is not going to be going on for much longer.
Feels like a formality fight is coming. There's the bullet time. There is Vampire's shield eating up every single ounce of it. And it's going to be Team WE taking a commanding Game 2 win. With so much of the season on the line, we are going the distance for Team WE and Ultra Prime to decide.
For Ultra Prime, how do they ever deal with this champion? Kalissa's going to be sitting there trying to throw spears, but she's going to get slowed down, so that's going to be really ruinous for her. Even when we look at her, and they kind of trap Wako under this bottom lane turret.
Dragon for Junhao. Going to be picked up here.
There is a Kanavi game. I think there's a Tarzan game. It's very rare.
Very rare indeed. As we finally get the first Ragnarok used here on the top side. Monkey doesn't get a ton of value out of it. Nobody's died just yet. There's the pullback from the Cassante. They're trying to get Monkey without the Ragnarok form, and it's first blood over to Zhang. Cube gonna have to flash out here with the Ragnarok down. Excuse me, the Dominance down. But that is big for Ultra Prime. The first huge Ragnarok out of this Olaf jungle. They survive, and they're looking to thrive as the Fates Call throws the Nico into the face.
We are walking in with 3 item power spikes here. Cube can teleport in. He'll have a finished Black Cleaver. And now even level 6 here for Vampire. They're already on this objective. Yasha can try to look for a turn. It's going to be a single grub going over to Ultra Prime.
Ooh, Vampire, he took half his health bar down, burns the Solar Flare. Now it's a flash wave for the Fates Call. Xiaoshu's going to follow. They have their pick on Karis, who does have to bail out of the fight as well, but they've left Monkey all alone with the Ragnarok. The stolen Pop Blossom finds nobody, but it's Cube flying into the back line. Doesn't even have the Dominance churning until it's enough to start eviscerating the fight, but it's Wako with the Spears of Destiny into the hearts of WE. Saber gets the charm, one more dash, and sets Wako up for a huge multi-kill that Ultra Prime desperately needed. Some crazy Nico tech.
The meal.
Oh, we're getting more Nico tech.
We get it here.
Which one's the real Ari? Oh, we figured out which one was the real Nico. Pop Blossom down, Cyclone knockup, but Cube's getting a ton of value out of this Dominance as we flash to the other side of the map where it's now Ultra Prime's top lane that's under for the dive here. All out comes across. Ragnarok could be enough to buy space.
Cube
Vampire will die to the turret as Cube finds the win. I gotta see the replay on this one as Xiaosha goes down. The flash Q does not land. Cube gets the slice right out of it. Huge play for the WE top laner.
In this wave and then lean off of this. Oh, Xiaosha trying to find something.
He's trading his Pop Blossom for the Ragnarok. Fates Call pulls him out. Great heist play there from Xiaosha. The big ultimate down for WE, but in goes Karis with a stolen Spirit Rush. Finds the first one. Wako falls to Taeyun, and Cube's flying into the whole muck of it with Ultra Prime, but he may have pushed his luck a bit too much as Zhang trades him out. Saber gets a huge reset onto his ultimate. Monkey does not have the Ragnarok, but he's got the fancy forward to get around the charm. Gets a big slow with the axe. Junhao still gonna chase him down and find a critical kill. Another narrow.
Themselves the Rift Herald in the trade. So that'll be the feats of strength going over.
Oh my god, we're still throwing fights. Oh, Karis stole a Pop Blossom. On to 3 members. Here comes the return Pop Blossom. It's pandemonium as health bars are blinking across the board. When it's Team WE that find the first angle, Cube will be able to slice himself to safety as we go ARAM style for the first fight. And WE find the angle.
Great target acquisition there. I mean, Wako, you know he has no summoner spells. I already said playing into Olaf is really cringe, but an engage there from Vampire means that they get the bottom lane again for Ultra Prime, and this was why we had question marks around this Nico, especially for Xiaoxia, a newer player here to the LPL, being a call-up from Ultra Prime.
Zhang?
He has, so far, kind of been taking a lot of damage, and Nico is not a tanky champion. She's not the same as like a Leona, like a Rel, or even an Alistar, right? So have to be very careful and choose your battles wisely. This will be the Dragon going over for WE after finding a big team fight win in mid again.
Cloud Soul is a bit of a letdown for this big game 3, but
I don't know if that's true. Now showing up, maybe with Monkey, or maybe with Junhao coming, there's teleports coming on through. Cube's looking for his.
Taeyun has to back out here with that big passive damage swinging around. Below 3k here, Solar Flow used by Vampire just to secure the Otacon. But they do just leave Cube out in Wasteland. He slices and dices, then has to flash with the Dominus popped, and Vampire will be the sacrificial lamb. They get most of the roses, but now Saber's on the chase. Flash Charm finds its mark. The Blast Cone will not save you from Junhao, who flashes over the wall. Otacon comes at a price for Team WE.
2 dragons for that epic monster increase, and look at the Blood Roses. They got so much experience during that play. How much more can Ultra Prime grab? At the very least,
Ultra
it'll be...
Prime is there, pushing towards their item break points with both the jungle.
There's no summoners though, Slayer. There's no summoners here for Junhao or the solo lanes of Ultra Prime. So the threat onto Taeyun gets that much weaker.
We'll have to see what those summoners look like, as we are bound to have another 5v5 fight breaking out with so much on the line here. Spot in Group Ascend, the final spot in Group Ascend. What will be rewarded with a Nexus explosion for either one of these teams, as Ultra Prime try and force their way down the river, bottlenecking into it, but it's Vampire to go in on his own solo. The Solar Flare, but it completely whiffs on Wako. Somehow Vampire is able to survive, but Wako gets the free hit this time round, kiting back desperately, trying to throw spear after spear, but he's lost all of his teammates, and Taeyun's in with the killer instinct to put the final nail in the coffin, known as Ultra Prime. It's only Zhang to survive. Is that the fight that gets Team WE to Group Ascent?
That's going to be the Baron here as well. Team WE came to play. They may have lost to Ultra Prime in the first game, in the first round here of the Last Chance qualifier, but they're looking to rewrite history, say, hey, best of ones are not like best of fives. Just like this series, Game 1, a victory to Ultra Prime. The window in which we wanted to see this play has gone and went at this point. The Nico has not been able to provide enough, and I think we're seeing that difference. Even though Vampire is having a hard time with landing some of these abilities, he just has like an additional 2,500 HP that he gets to play with for free.
They're really trying to set a trap around these mid waves. That's what Vampire was looking for before he gets the charm. But you're also buying space for Cube on the spot side. Does have teleport, but it's a short walk over to this dragon. So he gets more gold for, what, mid lane prio at the moment. They still have river control in. Thank you to the observers once again, toggling how dark this river is for Ultra Prime. Xiaosha does spot out.
Oh my god, Monkey!
Cube. Monkey is far too low when he pops the Ragnarok. Pop Blossom will be dodged by Karis, so that big Nico ultimate is completely useless. But Cube is diving in all on his lonesome. Karis is going to find the kill and find the dagger there with the double. The import is looking to pop off, and Wako won't be able to save them. Does cleanse, flash himself back out to safety, but Taeyun flashes, puts the dagger in the heart, and you all across the LPL fandom doubted it, discounted WE, sent them to Group Nirvana in your heads. Well, they've defied your expectations and will grab the 10th and final spot in Group Ascent.
And they do it in not too surprising fashion. Taeyun with a massive performance, and Karis stepping up when the team needed it. He has been a bit missing, but it has been incredible to see WE's rise back into Group Ascend.
Congratulations, Team WE.